Hello, my name is Bill Keach. I work for Sunbelt Computer Software, and today I'd like to talk about a new object in version 10.8 called the DATASET Object. Now I've gone to our Sunbelt PL assistant and I've asked for a synopsis of the DATASET Object. And what he's come back with is that the DATASET Object is a key value NoSQL style in-memory data store. So what does that really mean? Well, what it means is that it's a server-side store of data that can be associated with the key, just as an index file has a key that can get to other data. Now, what happens is that data can be anything plain text, it can be XML, binary data, and you can look it up and modify it by using the key. It can also be JSON, and in that case, if you let us know that it's JSON, we also allow you to filter or search within the JSON to be able to find the data that you're looking for. So it has both properties and methods. One of the properties, obviously, the data type that allows us to tell what the data is. You tell us whether it's JSON or not. A lot of the methods allow you to do things such as add items, get items, delete items, find items, and we have two special ones that are push and pop so that you can actually treat the data set as if it was a type of a stack. Now, in case you don't want to really start creating your own keys, by default we will actually create a key for each item that's set if no key is actually given. So let's go take a look at some programs that use the new data set. Here we're taking a look at the first very basic program that uses a data set, and with all the sample programs we tend to show, you will find them on our GitHub repository of sample programs, in this case underneath the basic samples. So this first one just creates a data set here. And if you notice, so we set up a key called customer1, we set up some sample data, and we do an add item saying, here's the text, here's the key. Now, what happens here is you've noticed that we didn't need to do a create. Once again, you can create a data set, but you don't need to create a data set. The first item that gets added to it, or the first action happens on it, actually creates the data set. Now, to fetch something from a data set, in this case what we'll do is we'll just give it a key and then we'll get our data back. We'll display it and then we'll come in and just delete that item, giving once again a key. So we'll give this a quick run and see what happens here. And I think probably what I should do, oh, we do have a W5, so that should be good. So it says we've retrieved sample data just like we expect. So let's go on to the next program. This program is also fairly straightforward. In this case, we come in, we actually create the data set. But this time we're telling them, it's got some JSON in it. What we'll do is move some JSON onto some data, set up customer1 as our customer key. We'll add an item. Do the same thing to customer2, add an item. Then what happens is we'll take customer1 and we'll go get it, just to show that we've retrieved customer1. Then we'll decide to do an update for customer1. In this case, we'll add in the new data, we're going to replace it. And we'll use the update item, giving the key and the text. In which case, he'll go find the key and replace the data or the text with the new JSON text. We'll get it again to make sure that we've changed it. And then once again at the end, we're going to end up deleting customer2. So once again, simple program. Let's run it. And of course, we see the update right here and saying delete customer2, and we're good. For program 3, we'll just make it a little fancier, same as program 2. In this case, we're going to add 3 items that are JSON. And we're going to go look for everybody who actually has the city of Houston set for it. So in this case, we're going to set up a data filter. We're going to go get how many items are inside our data set using the count property. Then we'll make a loop from 1 to count, and we're going to look at each item. Now what happens is, because we've set a data filter, if the data filter does not match, when we go to get the item, it will actually give us an error and we'll just continue. Otherwise, we'll say what matched and the result. So let's give this a quick run. As you see, we've got 2 hits that both match for Houston. And that shows how we can filter with inside information with the JSON. So let's now look at number 4. Program 4 is a lot like program 3, but this time, instead of looking at every record to compare what we want to do, we're going to set up a filter, in which case the filter is where the quantity is less than 15. In a filter expression, set that up. But this time we're going to use the flags, which are using please return me the info, do a filtered search, and just keep on going until you find the next item, so that we don't need to loop through every item. We'll find the first item here, and we'll check to see whether it's an error. If when the error happens, we're all done. Otherwise, we'll say the match, we'll display the match. And you notice that we're actually going to start filtering at index, which is set to 1. Then what we're going to do is take our result and explode it into the key and the index. And remember, all the keys are automatically generated because in this case we didn't bother to create anything with keys. We just let it get automatically generated. Then what we'll do is find the index that hit, and we'll say, hey, search from that index on for the next one until we found every one of the items that is less than 15. So let's run the program. And we see that he finds item at index 2 and 3. Both are under 15, and that actually matches the data that we have. Now, this has just been a quick discussion of all the various things that you possibly could do with the data set, and there's much more. Whether you're just going to use it to replace a hidden, perhaps, data list that we're using to store data, or you want to do something a lot more fancy with it, we'd be quite interested to hear what you're going to use the dataset for. And hopefully you've enjoyed this video. I'm Bill Keach from Sunbelt. Have a good day.